Good morning, welcome to my channel and welcome to exercise number 19. Today we will be using one yoga block to do the exercise. Our theme today is equalizing the pelvis. And to do that, we need to work asymmetrically first to have an awareness on what is symmetrical in our pelvic alignment. Let's come to lying on the mat. Okay, you're going to have your feet flat on the floor first. Put your hands on both sides of your hips or your ASIS or the top of your pelvis. Okay, and just feel which part is actually slightly forward. Okay, now the part that is slightly forward, you should be able to feel it more with your fingers. And that part that is slightly backwards, you should be able to feel a tiny weeny space between your fingers and the bony bits. Why do I say that? It's because most of us do not have aligned pelvis, and that is quite normal, but we do want to work with the concept of achieving alignment or equal pelvis on both sides, okay? Now for me, just for me to make a mental note, my left side is slightly higher than my right. Okay, and what is yours? So from here, we're going to put the block, stepping on it with the right foot here. Okay, now move slightly, find a distance that is comfortable for you. Move slightly back or forth in a way that makes you put you in a position that make you feel you'll be able to do any exercise comfortably. Now have your hands on your bony bits here, your ASIS. Again, keep in mind which part is more forward and back. And then from here, you're going to just float the pelvis up. Naturally, one side of your pelvis will be higher than the other. So the one that is on the block will be higher. I want you to bring the leg that is on the floor to meet the height of the knee that is on the block. Okay? And from here, bring your left foot down and bring your pelvis down. That is quite a mouthful of explanation, but just stay with me, because this exercise requires a lot of awareness, but it is very, very helpful. Okay, again, take an inhalation. Exhale, just bring your pelvis up first, keeping your left foot on the floor if you are doing the same side as me. And then from here, bring your left foot up to meet with your right. You will feel the right hamstring firing away, but you will also feel both sides equal now. Okay, if it's not, bring it up to a height that you feel it's equal. And then from here, keep the left leg up there and bring the pelvis down. And then bring your left foot down. Let's do one more and increase the challenge a little bit, okay? Take an inhalation. Take an inhalation. Exhale to float your pelvis up. And from here, you're going to bring the left foot up to meet the right side. Okay? Stay where you are. And can you bring the pelvis higher here, firing the right hamstrings more, but keeping both sides equal. Check if your knees are equal across the left to right and the right to left. And from here, you're going to bring the pelvis down, but keeping the left foot hovering off the floor. Almost touching the floor with your pelvis, but not. And bring it up again. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale, bringing your pelvis down, left foot hovering, almost touching the floor with your pelvis, but not. And bring it up. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, and bring it down. And up. Now from here, Keeping your left foot hovering off the floor, slowly bring down your pelvis. Foot not touching yet. When your pelvis is completely down on the floor, you're going to bring the left foot down. We're going to start by doing the preparation. First, you're going to have your left foot on the block and the right foot on the floor. Take an inhalation. Exhale, float your pelvis up. Stay where you are and slowly float the right foot up to meet the left. Check that both sides of the pelvis are as aligned, equal as they are. Take an inhalation. Exhale, bring the right foot down as you bring the pelvis down. Okay, one more time like this. Inhale. Exhale, pelvis up. Right foot up to meet the left side. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right foot down and bring the pelvis down. Now, let's go on to the more one notch up version here. Inhale. Exhale and float the pelvis up. And bring the pelvis up higher. And bring the right foot up to meet the left. Slowly bring the pelvis down to touch the floor almost, but not. And bring it up. Keep the right side as aligned as possible with the left so that your pelvis is more or less in one line here. Your left hamstring must be firing away, down and up. Let's do one last time. Exhale and inhale. Come up. Slowly bring your pelvis down. Right foot is still hovering. And finally, the right foot can come down. Come into quadruped position here. And have your wrist under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. Stay here, bring your knees in together, okay? So my knees are not separated. And from here, you're just going to bring one leg out, stretch it back. And in. And the other side. And in. Stay where you are. And now I want you to bring awareness to your pelvis. Can you imagine right now that your left side is against the wall and is not moving? If you have someone by your side, like a friend, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, you can even ask them to put their leg against the left side of your pelvis. Now, as you do that, you can slowly extend the right leg out. Make sure there is no shift on the left side. Okay? Straighten the right leg out completely, opening up the back of your knees. I've mentioned this in the extra length hamstring video. Open up the back of your knees will give us the extra length in our legs. And come back in. Same imagery cue. Imagine somebody is standing on your right side. Equalize your pelvis, make sure nothing shifts, and you're going to extend the left leg out. Really opening up the back of your left knee. And slowly, you're going to bring it back in. Let's take things a notch up. From here, you're going to have the same pelvic equalization here. And then slowly extend the right leg out again. Point the right toes. Point it so much that you feel a stretch in the front of your ankles here. Make sure the right leg is very straight. And from here, keeping the pelvis still, you're going to lift the right leg up and down. Up and down. Keeping the right leg very straight as you do that. Okay? Now, if you feel a stretch at the back of the knee, congratulations, because that is what we want. But if you're not feeling the stretch at the back of the knee enough, try to go for a deeper sensation of the opening, the back of the knee. And let's do 4 more taps here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keeping the legs very stretched. Point the toes more. One last time here. Lift. Stay there. Keep the pelvis equal. Point your toes small. Feel like you're gripping a pencil in between your toes. Across your 5 toes rather. And slowly bring it down. Let's do the same on the left side here. Extend the left leg out, opening up the back of the left knee, really pointing your left toes. Feel the extra length of your leg. Check that your pelvis is equal, yeah? And then start to bring the leg up while keeping the pelvis still. 1, 2. Really point your toes. 3. Really opening up the back of the knee. 4. Stay. Going for the extra length, opening up the back of the knee more. Pelvis still, and slowly come down. One last variation to challenge our pelvic ability to equalize. In other words, our pelvic stability here. Now extend the right leg out as just now. Really straighten out, pelvis still. This time, can you bring up the left hand? And not only that, you're going to float the right leg up, and I'm sure many of you have done this many times. So let's take things even a notch higher. Keeping the pelvis still, turn your leg inside the hip socket. Bring the leg out as your hand moves out as well. Bring it back. Keeping the leg very straight. The arms symmetrical to the torso. And out. You don't have to go very far, but just feel like your leg and your arm is going out at the same time. It's a synchronized movement, all with core control and pelvic stability. One last time. And bring it back in. Slowly bring it down. Let's move on to the other side. Left leg extend out. Right arm out. From here, float your left leg up, making it really straight, extending the back of the left knee, pelvis square, and start to rotate your left leg in the left hip socket as your right arm opens out. And back. Again. 2. 3. Make sure your right arm stays stable. It doesn't bob up and down. 4. Stay there and slowly come back down. That's all I have for this time. Exercise 19. We have come a really long way, and I hope you do try out some of the exercises in the previous videos. Trust me. Keep doing this consistently, improving a little bit every day, and before you know it, it just happens. It's like, wow, there's a change in you. Do a comparison, if you have been doing posture exercises for 6 months to a year, do a before after. Take a photo of your most recent self and compare it to 12 months ago. There will be a big difference. I'm very sure of that.